Hi everyone, my name is Puneet. I am part of GCS. Today I will be talking about integrating the Informatica BDM with Azure DataBricks Delta Stew. In this presentation, I'll be talking more about how you can use the Informatica BDM to access the Databricks Delta to take an advantages of Informatica's data ingestions and the data processing abilities with the Databricks Delta tables. This is the agendas of today's presentation, where we'll be talking about the supported data types, the transformations, and the pre-requirements from the Azure environment side and the Informatica domain side. And also we'll see the demo of Informatica integration with the Databricks Delta tables. So the supported data types are like int, big int, string, double, decimal, date and timestamp, and these are the transformations which are supported under Databricks Delta are like aggregator, expression, filter, joiner, normalizer, rank, router and unions. Before we begin, verify the following prerequisites from the Azure Databricks environment side, also from the Informatica domain side. From the Azure environment, you must have the following resources, like the Azure Databricks should be a 5.1 version or the latest version. Also see the number of resources under the Delta Lake storage. And the sources data which are stored in the following formats, which should be stored in the following formats, are like Azure Data Lake stores, or the Azure Blob storage, or the Delta Lake storage. In addition to that, you must have the following permissions to create and configuring the Azure resources in the Azure environments, which will be of our workspace, and the access the Databricks administrator from the web console. From the Informatica domain side, make sure that you are using the right product. So the product should be of 10.2.2 Informatica BDM 10.2.2 SP1, and the domain must have an access to the Databricks cluster. In addition to that, make sure you have administrator privileges to install the drivers and the EBFs on top of your domain. So before we start, there is a EBF which has to be installed on top of 10.2.2 SP1, which will be used to connect with the Databricks Delta, and also you have to download a jar which will be from the Azure Data website, which will be used to connect the Delta tables from the Azure portal to the Informatica site. So this is the website where you'll be having a driver called Spark JDBC 4.jar. So this driver you have to download from the docs.azuredatabricks.net. Once you have downloaded this Spark JDBC 4.jar, you have to extract it and you have to save the jar inside the Informatica home and external jars. Also, you have to store the same jar inside the Informatica developer client's external JDBC jars. Once it is done, now you have to download the EBF which will be on top of Informatica BDM 10.2.2 SP1. The EBF name is of EBF 14863. Once you can just raise a request for global support. Once you got the EBF, you just have to untar that, and you have to make your domain down. Once the domain is down, you can just apply this EBF, and then you can start the data integration service. Once your setup is ready, now you have to create a Databricks connections to run the mapping. After that, you also have to create a JDBC connection to connect between the Delta tables to the Informatica domain, and you can run the mapping. Now we'll see the demo how it can be achieved. So this is my 10.2.2 SP1 domain, where I have already downloaded the EBF 14863 and have untarred it and also have installed it. Now if you look at my external JDBC jars, I have already downloaded the driver from an Azure portal, which will be of the Spark JDBC type 4 JDBC jar. So once it has been downloaded, now we are set to run the mapping. This is our Databricks workspace URL. It looks like, if you wanted to know how to create a Databricks URL, you can refer my another video where I have explained about how to create a Databricks cluster, how to create a Databricks workspace, and how to create a CCO for the Databricks. Since I've already explained everything in the different video, here I'm just going to use the same Databricks cluster CCOs. So this is the workspace, this is the called workspace UI, where I'll be just going to my cluster. This is my cluster which is already up and running. If you go here, if in the cluster, if you come down, there is an advanced option. If you click on that, you will be having an option to see the JDBC or ODBC connections. If you click on that, where you can able to get the JDBC string which can be connected from using the Informatica domain. So now we'll go to Informatica admin console. From there we'll try to create a JDBC connections to access this delta tables. So create a JDBC connection, you have to right click on the domain, you have to go to connections. In that you have to select the JDBC, and inside that you have to type the name of this, and the username should be of always token, and the password, for the password you have to go to first workspace. From the workspace you have to go to user connection and the user settings. Here you have to generate a new key, the new token key. So that should be of your delta table or the JDBC connection password. So now I'm going to create a key, and this key I'm going to use it for my password as my password. So once you copy the token as your password, now you have to enter the JDBC driver class name. The JDBC driver class name should be of com.simba.spark.jdbc4.driver. So then you have to give the connection string. Connection string, as I said, like you have to go to your workspace UI. From there, if you click on your cluster, and you will be having an advanced option. The advanced option, there is an option called JDBC and ODBC connections. Here you just have to download, copy JDBC connection string. So now you are ready to run the mapping. Now my delta connection JDBC has been created. Now I am going to use this in my developer client, and I'm going to run the mapping. Before that, let's see like what all the tables are under my delta. So if you see my default database, where I already have a table called airline.csv, which I'll be going to use it, import it as a PDO. Then I'll be using a mapping by using this source. This is my developer client where I'm trying to import an object. I'll be right clicking and going, and I'm just going as a data object. I'll just be selecting as a relational data object. Then now I'm going to browse the connections. My connection name is Delta JDBC DataBricks, and I'm going to look for the resources. So here I'm going to select my table. The table which I'm planning to select it as the airline, which is inside the default database. So I'm just selecting the table. Table name will be of airlines.csv. I have successfully imported the airline.csv as a source. Using that, I'm created a mapping which is a like pass-through mapping. I've also created target. The target also have created, and the target have created under the same Delta JDBC connection, so that my target also, once the mapping was successfully ran, there should be a target airline.target table should be get created under the same default database inside the delta store. So now my mapping is ready to run. Before that, we'll see the runtime. So here we have selected the DataBricks. Now we'll see the connections. So I'm going to select DataBricks as a runtime engine, and I'm going to select my connections. To know more about how to create a CCO or the connections, you can refer my previous video. So now I have already, since I've already created, I'm going to I'm going to use these connections. Now let's run the mapping. Now once my mapping got completed, now we'll see whether the airline.target file, the table has been created. We can check under the workspace where the delta storage which we are using it. My database is default, and yep, there is a, we'll just check it. It should be of airline._tgt. Yeah, so there is a table got created. So we'll see the data, whether it got imported, whether it has run properly or not. Yes, now I can able to see the data. So this is how you successfully you can able to connect to the Delta from using the Informatica. So I have done with my demo. Now these are the references to know more about how to create a database clusters and the workspaces and how to create a CCO. You can refer my previous video that is that has been already hosted in video YouTube, where the link has been given. You can just check that, and to know more about the EBF which can be used on top of 10.2, you can refer the document which is given below. And we would like to hear from you. Please write us to informatica support videos at .com and the twitter.com/informatica support. Thank you. Thank you.